So this is a vegetable stir fry with tofu that we're making here at the Kona Community Hospital. And one of the things that happens in vegetable stir fries is that you need a lot of vegetables cut. In most kitchens, there's a vegetable prep person, and the vegetable person does all the work. And that ends up being really slow compared to if you work with one or two other people to get it done quicker. This is not normally how kitchens work, but it's an idea that I like, because when people start working together with their hands, they actually get work done faster, right? So here, Mary Chu and I are cleaning snap peas together. And if she was doing it alone, she would get it done, but it would just take a lot longer. So once these are picked, then we're gonna wash these, again, immersed in, I like to use warm water. So we never wash vegetables under running water. We immerse vegetables into, again, I like warm water. In this stir-fried tofu and vegetable dish, we need tofu. We're gonna use two kinds of tofu, soft and firm. The firm, we're gonna cook and try to crisp up a little bit. The secret to crispy tofu is that it has to be dry. So Mary Chu cut this on a towel to dry it. Then I'm gonna walk over here and we're gonna put it in the brazier, but it's dry. You have more of a chance of getting it crispy if the tofu is dry. Okay, go ahead, Mary Chu, put them in. The theme to this conversation is adding flavor into when you're making large amounts of food in kettles or braziers. So what I'm going to do here for the stir-fry vegetable is I'm going to cook garlic and ginger and cilantro stem on the stovetop and add it to the brazier full of vegetables. So here's what that looks like. All right, so we're getting a pan warm. We're adding vegetable oil, right? And then I need a spoon. Never mind. Yeah, I need a spoon. Cool. And then we're gonna add garlic that was just chopped. And we're gonna cook this garlic and then ginger and cilantro stem and red pepper flake, really long and slow. And add this to the brazier. Mary Chu, is this enough garlic to you?
It's more.
What do you think?
A little bit more.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. So now we're cooking garlic long and slow. I'm talking about like 30 minutes at least. Once this gets hot, we can do the ginger and the garlic at the same time, right? We left the ginger big because this particular dish is being made in Hawaii, and in Hawaii, a lot of the people that live here are used to like big chunks of ginger, and then they can decide whether they want to eat them or not. So when you see a big chunk of ginger in a stir fry, you know it was homemade. You know it was just made, probably. So that's going to cook for a while. While that's cooking, we've been getting these very thick bottom pans really hot. The idea behind this is to get some flavor into the vegetables. We're doing stir fry for 200, and we cannot cook all those vegetables in hot pans. There's not enough time. So we're gonna roast some of them in an oven, throw them into the brazier with the tofu when the tofu is cooked, and we're gonna cook some of them over high heat in these pans. And we can start with like the snap peas, right? So we're gonna add some vegetable oil to the snap peas, and we're gonna get some flavor into this food. So these pans were getting hot for about 10 minutes. We added a little bit of vegetable oil. When you're cooking vegetables like this, You just want to get them coated in a little bit of oil, and then you want to let them sit. And a lot of times people, when they're cooking in hot pans like this, they like to touch the food too much. We're not going to touch the food too much. We're going to let it cook. And then we're going to add a little bit of water. Great. And now we're going to add a little bit of water to this really hot pan. And this is how the Chinese cooking walks. So what's going to end up happening in these pans is that we're sauteing, steaming, and boiling at the same time. So it's going to get done really fast. And we can keep the nutrition in the food. Right? And that's the noise you want to hear coming out of this food. Okay, I'm going to need help over here. And now we're back to the oil and ginger and garlic while we're stir frying. Those are done. Get them out, please. We're going to season it all at the end. Beautiful food. Beautiful food. Yeah. Careful. You okay? Yeah. Good. Now we are. Here, let me have it. Now what we've done is we've spread this food out to let it get back to cool, right? And it's still green and it has a ton of flavor. And we'll add it at the very end to the stir fry in the brazier.
Okay.
So that goes up there. Let's do this next.
Huh?
Celery. That's good. I'll get the. You ready? So now we're going to do the next batch of celery. We're getting it hot. I turned the fires off on accident. It's fine. In the meantime, we're cooking garlic and ginger long and slow, like we talked about. When you're ready. Okay, now we're stir frying the celery, and the pan is hot, and the celery is getting hot. We're trying to get flavor in the celery, and now we're going to add water to steam, saute, and boil. Go. Here, watch your arm. Yeah. Beautiful. That's done. Get it out, please. Take your time. I'm just turn these off just for now. I got it. Easy. Same idea. Spread it out. Let it get to room temperature. Now that is celery with flavor. Period. That's it. Mary Chu, go. So now what I'm doing with this garlic and ginger mix is I'm turning the fire way down. Because again, this is going to be the flavor for the stir fry. And we would just want to cook garlic and ginger long and slow. Careful. Next time, pour it away from you. Pour it away so it doesn't burn. Pour it, let me show you, like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Get yourself a spoon and what we have here is some toasted red pepper flakes that we toasted in a dry pan really long and slow. And we're going to add some of this to the stir fry for some heat. And we want to cook this in the oil. With the, let it go another minute. One more minute. Yeah, you can stop stirring. So we're adding, so we're adding the red pepper flake into the oil to round out the flavor. So it's not a sharp flavor on the palate. It's more of a mellow heat, if you will. Now we're going to do the last of the snap peas. Same idea. Super hot pan. Here, you do this. Oh, I mean, look at this. That's perfect. This is the garlic, ginger, red pepper flake, cooking long and slow in the oil. This is how you get flavor into large pans of food. Cilantro stem.
Oh, yeah.
Your cilantro stem. We're going to add cilantro stem to the garlic, ginger, hot pepper mix. And we're going to cook this long and slow for another 5 minutes. And then we're going to add this to the brazier. You mix it up real good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Right? Here you go. Here you go. And then do the carrots next here. Beautiful. Yeah, get a close-up of this if you can. I mean, look at that.
Yep.
And that's the flavor. Now we're going to do carrots.
Okay.
I hate dumping out of plastic bags. We're going to rough chop a bunch of cilantro. And we're going to add it to the brazier. We're going to do the same with green onion. These have already been washed. It's garbage. We're going to cut it big because we're making home style food here. We're not running some nice Japanese restaurant. Right behind you. So it's going in here. Let's just add these raw. Cool. Here, add the sauce, please. Got it? Look at that. Turn the fire off, please. That's done. And that's a vegetable stir fry. We're going to add the onions in 5 minutes when they're done. And then I want you to pan it up and weigh it.